assumes the player has no memory or recollection of anything we've been playing through, so it regurgitates the same info over and over to a point where it feels like the game is insulting the player's intelligence. Sure, the story itself is good, but I can experience it myself. Like the game, you don't have to keep telling me over and over again what's going on. Fans not understanding the games, but let's be realistic. I know most people out there are smart enough to understand these stories without the game spelling out everything for you. Don't let the vocal minority of people who probably had this version in particular is that I'm in vanilla. It's a much smaller issue than the previous one, of course, but Royal is a pretty damn good game. It's hard to think of things that they did wrong in this game, to be honest, at least for me. I guess you could argue that it's also way too easy as the main flaw. Speaking, this is the most well-received Persona spinoff. They sold very well and saw praise from both critics and gamers alike. I was found that to be a bit too simple for my liking, and the way using Persona stops time disrupts the flow of battle pretty badly. Even though each character has slightly different combos, abilities, and of course Persona attacks, every character feels pretty much the same. Spam square, triangle, bunch, heal and use Personas here and there, and that's really all you do from start to finish. There isn't a code, but under no means is this a perfect game. Similarly to Sharkers, the biggest issue with this game is the mission design. For this game being a tactics game, it feels way too streamlined and simple to figure out every mission. I think out of the 40 to 50 missions in the game, I only missed all the stars on 2 of them, then immediately got them in my second attempt. The game doesn't punish you very hard at all if you make mistakes, since all you really have to do to negate damage is hide behind a wall. The AI aren't all that smart at trying to play around the way you move around the level, and since you can get some extremely broken skills like Super Kaja that break the game even further, you don't interact with the mechanics of the game that often. It's still pretty fun, but it would have been even better if the game had a more intricate design to it, which is a bit of a shame.
In that car just now, it was Kamoshida.
We now come to the most controversial game in the
He does whatever the hell he wants. Who does he think he is, the king of a castle?
There are so many issues you can talk about with this game, and while I am so very tempted to say the fact that it's an English game at all is the biggest issue, I think there's something even worse than that about this game, and that's just how long it takes for this game to become even remotely enjoyable. The first couple of story arcs are so hilariously bad that it's harder to play through them, and with it takes forever to get all of the characters you miss. Then you've got to level up your account to build all of the characters to their full potential, which takes actual months to do potentially. So you've got to grind for so long to get to a decent story section and fun gameplay loop to the point where I don't know if I'll ever get into this game if I was starting now. I started playing the game on the first day the game dropped on the Korean server, so I have most of what I would want by now. But every time I talk to someone who's trying to get into the game nowadays, they never stick with it because that early game segment is so insanely boring between the story and gameplay that they don't want to play anymore. And I can't blame people for feeling that way. The gameplay is something you can deal with, sure, but Persona games are largely narrative-driven, and for the story to be so mediocre at the start, that's one of the biggest killing blows to anyone getting into this game, even people who do like gacha games.
Wait,
there's not really any way they can fix this unless they just rewrite the entire first house of the game, but we all know that's not going to happen. So as it stands, it's either thug it out through those really shit parts of the game, or just quit the game entirely. Many people choose the latter. So that wraps up about everything I want to say about Persona 5 The Phantom Menace. So we have 2 final games to talk about. Persona 4 Revival and Persona 6. The biggest flaws with these games is the fact that I cannot play them right now. I need Atlas to drop the games earlier or something because I want to play these games, Atlas. Please. In all seriousness, that's all I have to talk about for the issues of these games. All things considered, many of these flaws and issues aren't that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, and most of the games are still very enjoyable, so it goes to show how consistently good Persona is as a franchise. The biggest offenders by far are some of the decisions outside of the games themselves, like the episode Aegis DLC and the Persona 3 portable ports. Oh, and Persona Q being a dogshit terrible game. Anyway, what do y'all think is the biggest flaw in each Persona game? Do you agree or disagree with my choices? I'd love to know since this is one of the most subjective and contentious videos I've made in a while, so I'm sure the comments will be very interesting. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like and a sub. It helps the channel out a lot. And I'll give you a free cookie as always. Here you go, homie. And I want to give a quick shout out to my supporters on Patreon.
There was a terrible subway accident. You say that like it's none of your business. It was all over the news, and one of the victims included a teacher at your high school. I've no doubt you heard about it. On that day, were you still an ordinary student? Let me change the question. You transferred to Shujin Academy, correct? An ordinary prep school that could be found in any city. That's what it should have been. What happened around that time? Tell me everything, truthfully.
Didn't come the wrong way, though. Yeah, this should be right. What's going on here? Guess we'll just have to go and ask. That's weird. Where's the school? This should be the school, I think. Out of service? Where'd we end up? The sign was for the school, right? I don't know. I want to know. Jeez, you freaked me out. Who are you? You a student? Man, your costume's impressive. Is that armor real? Come on, don't just stand there, say something. Hey, what's going on? Dude, I don't know. This shit's real. Calm down. Time out, man. We gotta run.
Alice released a Cyberpunk RPG 4 years ago that confused everyone. Some fans say it's good, some say it's bad. Everyone agrees on one thing though, it's not great. On paper, the sequel to Devil Summoner Soul Hackers was worth a gamble. Soul Hackers 2 has a new cast, it's set 50 years after the original, and has some genuinely cool ideas. Like Ringo recruits party members by revive hacking their corpses, and the process forces them to confront unresolved trauma. It's very Persona, but while this is cool, the gameplay is straight ass. The combat is so repetitive that people genuinely recommend listening to a podcast while you're playing it, and the lack of polish is obvious. Like Soul Hackers 1 is famous for its cyberpunk redesign of Pixie, and yet Soul Hackers 2, despite using her in promotional material, didn't even include her at launch. They patched her in later, along with sprinting. Yeah, running was not a vanilla feature. You had to walk around.
Break my bones, damn it! What the hell you think you're... Ah!
Take them away!
Hey. Hey, wake up!